Let's get back to some comments quick, guys. Any questions before I shoot on? Big Mazza, Bembo Rider. Come on, Portland gang. This, you're a beautiful human. She was, and she is. Watching Banged Out episode 4, and Liam, I have just come up on my screen as well. It's coming up on my FYP. Come on, Becky. Let's have some questions. What's your job, Ellie? Yeah, so Ellie, I've got a few jobs, really. I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none, I guess. Do you know what I mean? So I got out of prison in 2017. And I went and worked for a company called Yo Valley Family Farms. They come in and interviewed me in prison. And I worked for them for 3 years, alongside being a caseworker for a charity called Key for Life. So let me just tell you about Key for Life. Key for Life saved my entire life. Do you know what I mean? I met them when I was in prison, and they're the reason, obviously, that I got on the show, and I met Yo Valley, and I got my opportunity to change. So I worked for Yo Valley for a while, cutting the grass and that. And then I launched my own business in catering. So I got burger vans, I got ice cream vans, if anyone wants me to come do some catering for them. And I'm just launching my own CBD fragrance in collaboration with Chet, who was also on the show, Chet Sandu. So Chet's got Alpha CBD. So I'm going to be going in collaboration with him, launching that, as well as a sustainable fashion brand, fashion art. So yeah, it's all happening at the minute. But yeah, my main job is at the minute going into prisons, into communities, into schools, and just, yeah, spreading the message and helping people at risk getting into full-time employment, really, and becoming a positive member of the community. Would you go back? Well, that's a good question, Carl. Because, yeah, people always said to me, would you go back to jail, Liam? And this is before I'd done the show, yeah? And being a realist, I'd say never say never. Do you know what I mean? I never intend on going back to prison, but you just never know what the future holds. Someone could make something up about me, do you know what I mean? And I'd end up back, do you know what I mean? Anything could happen. But I'd just say never, knowing I wouldn't go back. But then look at what happened. I was approached by Channel 4 to do a documentary to go back to prison. So I did go back to prison, and yeah, I would go back to prison for the right circumstances to help people change, to spread a message, but I definitely don't intend on going back to prison for anything else. I've been poor, do you know what I mean? Since I've been out of jail, when I got out of prison, I had no food, I had no money, I had nothing in my fridge, I had nothing, literally nothing. I just had this hope of a better life with this charity what I met, and it was so tempting, do you know what I mean? Just to make the quick buck and start doing what I'd always done, but you just can't put a price on freedom. I was locked up with one guy from Bristol. He got 15 years, LV. He got 15 years for giving somebody a phone number. That's all he done. He didn't do nothing more. He gave him a phone number. But he wasn't aware that it was for a multi-million-pound cocaine operation. So he was given a substantial sentence for this, and he sat me in a cell, and he said he made his first million by 21 in the drug game, and he'd had all the nightclubs and had everything through the criminal life. But he said if he could just go back now and get all that time back, he would be broke. It ain't about the money, it's about life, it's about freedom, it's about being able to give your time to the people that you love. And when you've had them conversations with certain people, you learn. When you've buried the people that you love the most from a cell, do you know what I mean? It's hard to forgive yourself for not letting them have peace before they left. And it's then that you really realize, like, was it worth it? Is this worth it? Do I want more people to have to experience this? And yeah, that's where it comes. Have you got yourself a family and a girlfriend now? I think I'm going to skip that one. But yeah, I'll skip that one. No comment. Your story is so honest. I love it. Thank you, man. How long was you inside? I was inside in total 5.5 years. When I was 18, well, when I was 17, I found a big crop, and I was visiting my dad, and I nicked it in Wales, and I brought it home. And then I was robbed by 2 men that was armed, and yeah, they robbed me and they took everything. And then I retaliated when I found out where they was too. And yeah, they grassed me up and I received a 6-year prison sentence at 18. Well, they give me 9 years, but because I went guilty, straight away you get a third off. So I got reduced to 6. Then I was locked up. You do half of the sentence, so you get 6, you do 3. So I did 3 years in Portland Young Offenders Institution and in Exeter Prison. Got released, was released for 2 months. Within 24 hours of being back out, I was on the bag again. I was drinking again. Do you know what I mean? It was like the last 3 years was in vain. And then within 2 months, full recall for assaulting a bouncer in a nightclub. Served a further 2.5 years. And obviously that's when I met Key for Life, the charity, what gave me that opportunity. But a funny story is obviously the judge what sent me to jail when I was 18, Judge Jones, if anyone knows him, he was a Taunton Crown Court judge for like 40 years. But I'm doing this workshop with Eva, and Eva's brought in her friend, and he's introduced himself. And he said he was a Taunton Crown Court judge, rah. And I've gone, you might know the judge that sent me to prison then. He said, what was his name? I said, this right, Judge Jones, yeah? And he went, whoa, I am Judge Jones. And I was like, no way. I met the judge what locked me up, yeah? And obviously one of my burger vans is a renovated prison bus, yeah? So it's a van what would have essentially taken lads to prison. Kiefer's got 2 of them. But we kept the cell, 1 cell in each of the buses. We turned them into burger vans so the public can experience it. So I got the pleasure of actually locking the judge up, what locked me up, do you know what I mean? And yeah, the circle is fully complete. And he sends me a Christmas card every year. Bless him. Big up Judge Jones, man. But free everyone that he locked up. He was harsh. Whenever you went to court, it was like, if you got Judge Jones, you're getting an extra couple of years just on that basis. And yeah, he did give me a bit too long, I think. But I'm grateful for it because none of this stuff would be happening. Take care, Dave, my brother. Thank you, everyone. Thought you was local by your accent. Any more questions, guys? Can you remember Mr. Terry from Portland? Mr. Terry, Bold Terry. Mr. Terry, the bold one, yeah? The govs from Portland, the ones I rated, mate, yeah? Off the bat, yeah? Mr. Butler, Mr. Cronenberg, Mr. Phelps, Mr. Homer, Mr. Dubber, Soldier, Dubber, Mr. Leg, Boise, but he was one of the new lots. Just sound officers, like literally, I know it sounds sad, but they become like father figures to me in jail. Do you know what I mean? I always lacked that positive male role model. And then obviously when I got to jail, I was around all these fucking, do you know what I mean? Clean myself up and that. And when you spent years with someone, you get that rapport. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to see nothing bad happen to her. Where are you from? I'm from Bridgewater. Well, I'm born and bred in Wales, born in Abergavenny. All my family's in Cwm, Ebervale, Rhondda, Blaenau, Birmingham, but then, yeah, I lived in Bridgewater the majority of my life, and then now I live out by Bristol. Bristol, come on, Bristol. Tell us about your experience with horse therapy. Well, obviously, yeah, that's one of the parts with Key for Life we do. We bring horses into the prisons to help unlock the pain of the young men. And yeah, it's interesting because it just shows the lads that we communicate on many more ways than just language. Obviously, horses have always been animals of prey, so their senses are so in tune. And when you're walking towards them, if you know all horses, you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? And they really break down that communication. You've got the biggest gangsters, do you know what I mean? That got the biggest egos. You can't tell them nothing, and they got the pull. And you bring this horse and a 17-hand horse, and the ego's gone, and it's, oh no, don't let that near me, whoa, look at the size of that. And do you know what I mean? It takes the layers back with them, and it helps do the change work. Big up the horses. Chris K, the screw. What's the next question? Big up the Cwm. Come on, the Cwm. Bop. Big up the Merediths. Come on. And the Davies. Come on. And the Powells. Let's have it. Big up the Cwm, man. Love the Cwm. I love it. Any more shows about our banged up, guys? Any more questions about the banged up? I can't believe I got 17,000 likes. I've never even done a live. This live's been sick. Thank you, everyone, man. That's been sick. Did you enjoy filming Banged Up? I loved it. I ain't gonna lie, I loved it. Do you know what I mean? It was difficult staying, obviously, in that environment, in a cell, knowing that I had the option to leave. But it was just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to spend time with them celebrities and to get paid to go back to jail. They give me $2,000 to go back for 10 days. But obviously everyone got paid different according to loss of earnings. But I don't earn $2,000 every 10 days, guys. It was a good 10 days, that 10 days on my accounts. They looked amazing. Thank you, Jodie. Did you enjoy getting to know the celebs? Loved it. Absolutely loved it. But do you know what I mean? They're just human beings. And to be honest with you, I think every single individual that took part in that experiment is a star in their own right. And if they had had the right opportunities in their life, they could be just as famous and just as influential as any of them celebrities. But they just made the wrong choices. So one thing led to another. But they're here now. Do you know what I mean? Liam, film star. Thank you, Gigi. I ain't had EastEnders come knocking for an acting opportunity yet. So if there is any EastEnders people watching, come on. Hello, I liked you on the programme. Thank you. What is one sentence you would give to younger struggling with the road? Well, actually, there's an interview on my Instagram. If you go on my link tree and follow me on Instagram, there's part of an interview on there with Lab 51 with my message to the youngers. But it's essentially one sentence. Who's your role models? Who is your role model? You don't have to have a mum. You don't have to have a dad. You don't have to have anyone, just yourself. But who are you looking at and thinking, I want to be like them? Is it the right person? Is it somebody that's being positive and productive? Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of the scene now with like Central C and Digger D, these young kids are looking up to these musicians, these drill artists, and they don't even live that life. And if they did, they wouldn't have the contracts that they've got in place. So just who is your role model? Pick the right role model and then implement what they do. Copy their behaviors. Do what they do. Behave like them. And then naturally you should just start, do you know what I mean? You start attracting better and evolving and leveling yourself up. It's called shadowing. They say the 3 people that you spend your time with, the 3 people that you become. But you ain't got to physically spend time with them. You can just literally implement them. See them in your mind's eye. Sorry, I get too spiritual sometimes, man. I swear down. Is that my Auntie Rach there? Yes, Auntie Rach. Big up my Auntie Rach. Let's go. No keys. Don't know keys, I don't think, my brother. Who is my role model? Interesting. I think Tom Hardy's up there at the minute, to be honest with you. Tom Hardy, a lot of people don't really understand his story. He's been to prison. He's a recovered heroin addict. He used to be an escort. He used to sell himself for drugs. But he continued to believe in himself and someone gave him an opportunity. And now look, we all love Tom Hardy, man. But I promise you there was a point that you wouldn't have. And it's about just giving somebody that second chance. So Tom Hardy, but then there's a lot, do you know what I mean? Mandela. There's just so many people in history that have just made positive change without any biased intentions. They're my role models. People that just want to do good, do you know what I mean? Spread good vibes, make the world a better place. How did you feel in the cell? What was your mindset? Also, if you got 30 months, how long would you serve? So how did I feel in the cell? Oh, shit, obviously, do you know what I mean? It went great, but it was an awakening. It was an awakening. It made me appreciate my life again. I'd become complacent with my freedom. I took going to the shop for granted again. As ridiculous as that sounds. It was just so nice when I got out of prison to be able to go to a shop. And I forgot that. And being back in there, it just reminded me of what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? How lucky I am. And it was just, yeah, that reawakening. What was my mindset? Fuck me, I'm in jail with loads of celebrities, let's go. That was my mindset. Also, if you got 30 months, how long would you serve? Well, if you got 30 months today, typically there's two options really, well, three options. You could either serve a third of your sentence, which is an option. If you receive less than 4 years, you're offered tag after serving a third of your sentence. So getting a 30-month sentence, you could be tagged after 10 months if you got a fixed address, which is an address probation approved that's not high risk. So you can be released there. If you don't behave in jail for them 10 months, you won't get your tag. So then you'll be released halfway through your sentence, which would be 15 months. But should you be so unbehaved that you're fighting, you're getting caught with drugs, phones, you'll get extra days. So then they'll just add extra days onto the 15 months that you would have initially served and then release you on then. And then you'll be on license up until the 30 months is up from the initial time you was given it. Hope that explains, man. Sorry, I'm not good at explaining something. How did your family cope with you being in jail? Because it's so hard to cope with my dad being in. Yeah, man. I feel you, man. That one touches me. Yeah, that's what people don't realise, like. When we're in jail, we're not the only ones doing the sentence. Everyone that loves us and cares for us does that sentence too. People forget that. But my family didn't really cope well, to be honest with you. My family broke down. My stepfather was my co-defendant. He was a recovered addict at the time, but had built a fledgling business. Met my mum in rehab. They got married, had children. Built up a couple of successful businesses. Was my co-defendant. Landed in jail together. He was innocent. So I wrote a letter to the judge. He got released. And he wasn't allowed to go back to my mum's house because the where I committed my offence was close to the house. We weren't allowed within a certain zone. So then the people that he knew, he had met in rehab. So he went to live with them. Inevitably, he relapsed. My mum's marriage failed. My brothers and sisters lost their father as being around all the time. I got out of jail and he was living in a caravan in my mum's garden. Do you know what I mean? Like, it weren't great. It broke my family and they hid it from me. My mum, they hid it from me. They used to visit me in prison, yeah, for 2 years, pretending to be in a relationship, just so I could cope, just so I wouldn't lose my head. And that's the reality of it. But he's doing well now, do you know what I mean? My mum's well. My brothers and sisters are all well. We're all still here. We all still love each other. That's the main. But yeah, it was my drive and that's what put the fire in my belly it weren't all in vain, do you know what I mean? I'm going to make it all count. Pro PT. Thank you, Sammy. Yeah, no, yeah, it's deep, man. It's deep, but it's just one of them things. It is what it is, isn't it? Thank you, Hayden, my brother. Big up Hayden, England, man. Thank you, Chelsea. Still got my gym pass. Go on, Chris. Family has affected a lot. Even people going down that road struggle, didn't they? Yeah, literally. That's what I do. I help people at risk of going to prison. We got 2 programs with Key for Life. Well, 3. We got the schools program, at-risk program, and then the prison program. But the younger you can help them. But at 18, I wouldn't listen to no one, mate. If you come with the best opportunity in the world, I would have pissed it up the wall. I wasn't interested. All I wanted to do was get off my head. It is only when I've been to the pits and failure and had that conversation with myself and buried my nan from my cell and not give her the peace of saying bye to me, looked in the mirror, not able to go to a deathbed because there weren't 4 prison officers to escort me because I was high risk, because I cared about my reputation. And now I can't even say bye to my nan because they ain't got the prison officers. Whereas if I was just normal, I could have gone. And it's then you realise who you are and what really matters. Were you on Channel 4? Bloody hell, Pete Maggs, where you been, kid? Yeah, bro. Been on the Banged Up. That's why we're having a little chat now. Any questions or anything? I'm going to be... Literally, I've been up since 6. I've done a workshop today in the prison. I've driven back from Manchester. I've been in a hotel the last 2 nights. I'm finished. Look at me. I look like a grizzly bear. I need a trim. But obviously, yeah, Banged Up. I ain't even seen it. Do you know what I mean? I didn't get to see last night's episode. I caught half tonight's because I didn't get home till 9:30. So I'm going to get off this in a minute. Make a cup of tea. And then, yeah, put on the Banged Up and chill out, man, innit? Chill out, man. Come on so much in life, Liam. I've known you since you moved to the area. You're such an inspiration. Thank you, Claire. I'm getting cold in this cottage, man. We just watched it. Yes, Princess Jess. Hope you enjoyed it. What's your opinion on the programme, 24 Hours in Police Custody? I think, to be honest, yeah, I'm not here to badmouth no one, but I kind of think, what's the solution, innit? What's the solution? Seems to me they're just profiting off offenders, essentially creating a bit of telly, but there's not actually creating a message there or trying to get an action push forward to make something positive happen. So my opinion on most things that are around prison and documentaries, I think, yeah, they're entertaining, but they're not really helping the cause. They're not really giving you the true insights. Just watched it and saw you behind bars. Come on, Jabber. Why do you want to go and put bars in our eyes for? Channel floor, top of the taps. God, I got such a dry mouth, guys. But yeah, come hit me up on bloody Instagram. I'm trying to build my Insta. I'm so dead on socials. That's one thing jail does, man. It takes you back on technology. Do you know what I mean? I was on an iPhone 4S all the way up until they stopped updating them. And that's the only reason I got a new phone, because they bloody stopped updating it, so I couldn't use it. And even then I felt ripped off. Like, oh, I had a phone 10 years for 50 quid. I thought you still got me, ain't you? But yeah, that's how they work. Any more questions, guys, before we shoot on? Sorry, I know I've missed loads. I hate it. My family was on an episode and I think it ruins lives. Well, that's exactly what I'm saying to you. If you look at Jeremy Kyle, do you know what I mean? Great television. I watched that for years in prison, but at whose cost? At whose dispense? Who's the joke on? And it was always on the participants, same as 24 hours in police custody, same as 60 days inside. They're creating victims, essentially. Whereas with the Banged Up documentary, everybody's reformed, managed to get that changed, and they had the intention of creating a movement, do you know what I mean? Showing people what it's really like with the intention of making it different and better. And I think that's what separates it at the moment. What's your Insta? My link tree's on my TikTok, but my Insta's Liam_Meredith_bangedupc4. But it's all on the old link tree. I only just had that the other day. Look, do you know what I mean? I'm slacking. Big up Hawaii 5-0. If anyone knows 50. 50 is one of my big inspirations, man. I love 50. We made a song together. You'll see it on Insta anyway. Me and him playing on the guitar. There's some of it on my TikToks as well. Ricky Butcher, yeah, that was my pad mate, Sid Owens, as he's also known as. Big up Sid. What jail was I in? I was in Exeter for 6 months on remand in 2012. Then I was in Exeter for 6 months, then Portland Young Offenders Institution for 4.5 years. And then I was in Guy's Marsh for a year. So proud of you and the impact you've had. Luke literally non-stop's on about you. Yes, Amber. Yes, Luke, my boy. Okay, we got any more. Thank you for the follows, guys. I can see them coming through now. Big up Stacey, man. Thank you. What? Fucking 25,000 likes. What the hell? What? That's mad. That's actually mad. God, mate, this social media, the power of this stuff now is crazy, you know? It's actually quite scary, to be completely honest with you. It's because you're a legend, bro. Big up Swifty. Come on, Swifty, my G. My boy 50. Go on, Swift. I got the love heart on me. Oh, man, don't you? Oh, look at me, man. I look ruined, but you just... Yeah, man, you're making me feel good. Thank you. Funny thing is, I wasn't even going to do it. I thought, you know what? You've had, like... Because I don't sleep good anyway, do you know what I mean? So when I'm having to get up at 6:30 to go into this prison, I'm going to sleep at 3:30 in the morning, running on 3 hours sleep, doing this deep emotional resilience work with the lads. It's draining, man, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and mentally. So, yeah, I thought, do I even do any lies? But I seen the rest of the cast doing it. And yeah, I thought, go on, just what's the worst that can happen? So yeah, now. According to who? According to who? What's fit to one person is not fit to another. Perception is projection, as they say. Did you think the show glamorized crime? Interesting. I think it did highlight the fact that prison ain't all doom and gloom. Do you know what I mean? These situation of making the best out of a bad situation. And when you're in that prison, it is a micro environment. It is essentially a condensed community with all sorts of hierarchy and all sorts of people playing different roles. And we do like to have a good time, the same as we do when we're outside, the same as everybody else does. And we can find good times in the most strangest of things that some people have seen. But I do think the show captured that. I definitely don't think they glorified it, but they did capture that we are still human. They humanized us. Whereas I think with a lot of other reality shows, they don't show the human. They just show the clickbait, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? The drama, the controversy, as opposed to the story. Thank you for my lightning bolt again. Can you please say Taylor? Big up Taylor. Come on, Tay Tay. Everyone go hit up Tay Tay on the comments there. Thank you, Tay. It gave me school vibes. Oh, that's the show, yeah? Well, that's what it's like, I swear down. When you go to, they call it the University of Crime, and yeah, a lot of us, do you know what I mean? We're underdeveloped, man. We're not very emotionally intelligent. We run off emotion, do you know what I mean? And get in a lot of trouble because of it. And I guess that's what it's like in school, do you know what I mean? You're experiencing your hormones, your emotions. And yeah, it's a very testosterone-fueled environment, one could say. I've needed a wee-wee for ages, but I've absolutely soldiered it for you. Well, I really can't hold it much longer. I felt it marginalised those who choose to lead a straight life. I felt it marginalised those who choose to lead a straight life. Yeah, that's fair enough, Dorothy. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but everyone's, yeah. Is your accent Somerset? Yeah, the West Country, come on. Ricky! Yeah, I'm Bristol, man. Obviously, Bridgewater's my neck of the woods, but I moved away from Bridgewater because it weren't a good environment for me. I got my own 5-bedroom manor now, and I chilling, living the dream, all thanks to Yo Valley. Big up Yo Valley, man, for all the help, what they've done to me. Serious. Yeah, everyone changes. They just need an opportunity to change, someone to believe in them. It's all good for us to believe in ourselves, but you need someone to give you that chance. And the thing is, when you give someone a chance like me, or someone that most people won't give a chance, we work harder. Don't get me wrong, there's more risk, but I just seen Palace in Bridgie. Yeah, fuck Palace. That's where I got my second prison sentence to, because of that place. But yeah, you just need the opportunity to change. But guys are on 30k and I'm gonna wee my panties. I can't undo it. Oh, God, the suspense is killing me. Oh. But nah, thank you so much, everyone. I think I'm gonna go make a cup of tea and I'm gonna watch the 2 episodes of Banged Up, so you all know more than me, actually, as it stands. But But I just want to quickly say, everybody, just thank you so much for, just listening to me, man. And 30k, I can't believe it. I really didn't expect that. Usually I just get like a couple of, do you know what I mean? A couple of fucking likes on the bits and bobs what we do, but to have that is absolutely insane. So yeah, thank you. And I just want to say, look after yourselves, look after each other, stay safe, yeah? But most importantly, have fun. That's what we come to the planet for fun, yeah? We all think about money, we get wrapped up around money and all this crap, but the money ain't nothing, yeah? It helps, but why do you want the money, yeah? Why do people buy a Ferrari, yeah? Why do they buy that mansion? Why do they buy the holiday, yeah? It ain't for the material. They're buying the feeling that it gives them. That's what we all do. We come to this planet for the feeling. So yeah, just remember that. Just check how you're feeling, yeah? And just do what makes you feel good, yeah? And if you're having a shit time and things are going bad, yeah? Promise you, I've been there, do you know what I mean? I've done the 5.5 years in jail. I thought the only way out sometimes was in a box, but I pushed through it. And better days come, and I promise you better days will come, do you know what I mean? So just keep going with it, yeah? Lots of love, take care, stay safe, big love to everyone.